Hello, everyone. It is I, the Fable of Fables, your new best friend. I'm recording a lot of content for you all, so I don't have to worry about it for a while because I need to do stuff. Anyway, someone really wanted me to react to Dinobot, so yeah, Ron, here you go, buddy. I know I miss saying your name wrong, but but the comment kind of came off as rude. I know it wasn't the goal, but whatever. Anyway, here you go. We're gonna learn about Dinobot. Sadly, not Sadly not Grimlock or the others, but an actual dude named Dinobot.
This week, we're celebrating the 25th anniversary of Beast Wars and the release
Yeah.
of the Kingdom cartoon on Netflix, with a look at one of the most popular characters from the series, the honor-bound Predacon turned Maximal, Dinobot. Named after the team of dinosaur Autobots from the original Transformers series, Dinobot debuted in the first year of the Beast Wars toy line in 1996. He was one of the heroic Maximals and transformed into a velociraptor, inspired more by the creatures from.
I do like the fact that even though he technically was a Predacon, he actually had a lot of honor and a lot of respect. So he defected to the Maximals, which is kind of cool.
The movie Jurassic Park than by the real-life dinosaurs, the tail of which converted into a sword and a spinning rotor weapon for Dinobot in robot mode.
Yeah.
The profile on the toy's packaging described Dinobot as a natural combat expert, always hungry for battle. This characterization would be greatly expanded on by the Beast Wars animated series, which presented Dinobot as a warrior bound by a code of honor.
Yeah,
both
look,
a
that's really
vicious fighter who
cool.
craved the glory of combat, and a noble, poetic soul prone to quoting Shakespeare.
Oh, really?
Dinobot
I
was
don't remember that.
originally an evil Predacon,
Yeah.
part of a team led by Megatron, who stole the Maximal relic, the Golden Disc. The disc was meant to contain the location of Earth, the energy of which the
Yarf.
Predacons sought to plunder, but instead led the villains to a strange, primitive world. Declaring Megatron incompetent for leading them to the wrong planet, Dinobot attempted to take command for himself, only to wind up being banished from the Predacon ranks for his rebellion. Dinobot quickly hunted down a group of Maximals who had followed the Predacons to the planet, and challenged their leader Optimus Primal to combat for command of his troops. Primal was struck by Dinobot's honorable conduct, and when their battle was interrupted by the Predacons, he saved Dinobot's life and invited him to join the Maximals. Dinobot's knowledge of the Predacons proved helpful to the Maximals in the many battles they would go on to fight against Megatron's forces, but his superior attitude and eagerness for combat also often caused conflict with his new teammates.
Makes
In particular,
sense.
the smart-mouthed Rat Trap didn't trust the former Predacon, and Dinobot likewise loathed the sarcastic little bot. But over time, their antagonistic relationship gradually evolved into a sort of mutual respect. Not that either of the two would ever admit it.
What is that? Look at them. What is that?
Dinobot's toy was discontinued in late 1997, which led to the character's departure from the cartoon in a dramatic story arc in the show's second season. It began with Dinobot discovering that the Beast Warriors were on Earth after all, prehistoric Earth,
Yeah.
having been led back in time by the Golden Disc. Realizing that the disc contained information about the future, Dinobot suffered an existential crisis, fearing that if the future was already written, he had no control over his own destiny. In the seminal episode, Code of...
That's not exactly true, bud. Just because there's a future doesn't mean you can't. Okay, just because the future's set in stone doesn't mean you can't change the way you want it to be. That's not always how it works.
Hero, his question was answered when he learned that the future could be changed.
See?
And that Megatron was planning to do just that by wiping out a tribe of cavemen in order to prevent the evolution of humankind. Though he now knew that he was free to choose his own destiny, there was only one honorable choice Dinobot could make. Pushing himself to the limit, he took on the entire Predacon army single-handedly, and used the last of his strength to destroy the Golden Disc,
He is an honorable
sacrificing his
soul.
life to save humanity and preserve history.
Tell my tale to those who ask. Tell it truly, the ill deeds, along with the good, and let me be judged accordingly. The rest is silence.
God. Dinobot is one of my favorite archetypes. A warrior who has a code of honor. Who sometimes starts off evil but becomes good because they believe in something. And he's such a good character, Jesus.
In 1999, a new Dinobot toy was released as part of the Transmetal 2 range, with monstrous biomechanical raptor and robot modes. Introduced into the cartoon in its third season, this Dinobot was a clone of the original,
Right.
with all the vicious killer instinct and none of the honor, created by Megatron and given life by a portion of the mutant spark.
If I remember right, even though he was a clone, he actually ended up becoming honorable like the original, I could be wrong, like the original Dinobot, but we'll see what
Of the
happens.
Predacon Rampage.
Oh god,
Famously,
Rampage.
there were plans to give this clone a spotlight episode titled Dark Glass, in which Rat Trap would have implanted a copy of the original Dinobot's memories into the clone in an effort to bring his friend back to life. But sadly, it was never made.
Aww.
Nevertheless, the inherent nobility of the original Dinobot still lived somewhere deep within the clone. And in the series finale, that noble spirit finally reawakened, as the clone remembered its honor, and once again, Dinobot turned on Megatron, and gave up his life to defeat the villain and bring the Beast Wars to an end.
It's interesting when you think about it, the fact that even though the original Dinobot was gone and this clone was more evil, the honor within him came back. And again, he betrayed, no, he didn't betray. Yeah, he kind of stopped Megatron, which is such an interesting concept when you think about it. The fact that he's so honorable, even his clone ended up becoming honorable too.
Dinobot was the standout fan favourite character of Beast Wars,
Right.
with Code of Hero often ranked as one of the single best episodes of Transformers television. And in 2010, he would beat out many of the biggest names in Transformers history to become the first character voted by fans into the Transformers Hall of Fame.
Damn,
But
that's that
despite
cool.
this popularity, or maybe in a way because the character is so well loved, due to his story being told so completely by Beast Wars, Dinobot is the one member of the original Maximal cast who's been revisited the least by new Transformers series.
It made sense. It kind of made sense because it's kind of his story was done completely in a way where it's hard to want to make where it's kind of hard to add on to it because it is complete.
In the 2 decades that followed the end of Beast Wars, the only appearances Dinobot would make in Transformers media were brief ones in things like comics and mobile games. Probably his most notable showing was in IDW Publishing's comic books, which depicted the character as the leader of a tribe of reptilian Transformers on the
Ooh.
Cybertronian colony planet Eucharis. He has had a few new toys over the years though. Official convention BotCon offered the first in 2006, depicting him in his original Cybertronian vehicle mode, an excavator, from before the Maximals and Predacons came to Earth. A new figure inspired by his cartoon design was released in the Transformers Universe toy line in 2009. It was sold as a Predacon, complete with a new, more evil-looking color scheme, but featured swappable Predacon and Maximal symbols. When it was released in Japan as part of the Henkei Henkei line, it was given a more show-accurate paint job, and came packaged with a mini-comic in which Dinobot was found mysteriously buried on present-day Earth by the Autobots. And in 2018, a high-end collector targeted figure that painstakingly recreated his cartoon design was released in the Transformers Masterpiece toy line. But it wasn't until 2021 as part of the 25th anniversary celebration of Beast Wars, that Dinobot truly stepped into the spotlight again for the first time since the original series. A new toy of the character was released as part of the Transformers Kingdom toy line,
Oh,
again
yeah?
sold as a Predacon, heralding his return to
no.
TV screens in the accompanying Netflix animated series. The Kingdom cartoon told a very different version of the Beast Warrior's adventure on prehistoric Earth, one in which Dinobot never defected to the Maximals, despite
No, why? That's horrible.
his reservations about Megatron's plans to use the Golden Disc to alter history. It was only when the Autobots and Decepticons of the past arrived on Earth, searching for the lost Allspark, that the conflicted Dinobot was finally prompted to take a stand, fearing the changes that would be wrought upon the timeline if the powerful relic fell into evil hands.
I hate this version.
After an attempted alliance with fellow turncoats Black Arachnia and Starscream failed, he faced down both his Megatron and the original Decepticon Megatron in battle alone. Though fatally wounded, Dinobot was able to recover the Autobot matrix of leadership the Decepticon had stolen and returned it to Optimus Prime, so he could use it to locate the Allspark.
Oh,
His
man.
mission accomplished, Dinobot succumbed to his injuries.
Every
His
time.
spirit then guided Optimus Primal to Prime's side, so the two could defeat Megatron and recover the Allspark together. 2021 also saw the release of a new Beast Wars comic from IDW, which reimagined the story of the original cartoon to offer another new interpretation of Dinobot's tale.
Oh, yeah?
In this series, it was the dishonorable cruelty displayed by the other Predacons when they captured and tortured the Maximal pilot Nyx that convinced Dinobot
I
he
don't
was on
actually
the
know
wrong
who that is,
side.
but still, no.
Turning on the Predacons, Dinobot helped Nyx escape and petitioned Optimus Primal to let him join the Maximals. Primal was a lot more cautious than in the cartoon,
Makes
but
sense.
Dinobot soon proved his good faith, enduring serious injuries as he helped the Maximals beat back a Predacon attack. The comic is still ongoing, so for now, those are the
It's probably
basics
already done,
on
but
Beast
still.
Wars Dinobot. He lived a warrior, died a hero, and now lives again for the honor of a new generation of Transformers fans.
Yeah, no kidding. He's so cool.
And the rest is silence. Or if you've enjoyed this look at Transformers history and lore, subscribe and check out nearly 150 more videos like...
Dude, seriously, Dinobot's so freaking cool. It's gonna be forever we get anything as cool as him. Anyway, guys, if you like this kind of content, do like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know if there's anything else you want me to react to, especially if it's Transformers related. Kind of could use a break from Gundam. I'll be real with you, Chief. Anyway, love you guys. I'll see y'all later. Bye. Oh yeah. Also, I have a Patreon. If you guys want to support me, $3 a month, and I will react to multiple. For $3 a month, I will react to what do you call it? Yes, for $3 a month, I will react to different shows. Bye.